Have you ever stopped to think about how artificial intelligence learned from us? But what if we told you that some human prejudices are infiltrating machines? In this video, we'll explore how to ensure our tech creations truly reflect the diversity and wisdom of everyone, especially women over 50. Stay with us and discover how we can shape a fairer and more inclusive AI together. The history of artificial intelligence, AI, begins in the 1950s and 1960s, a period when visionaries such as Alan Turing and John McCarthy raised questions about the possibility of machines thinking. Alan Turing, in particular, developed the Turing test, which served as a framework for assessing whether a machine can imitate human intelligence. Over time, computers began to be programmed to solve complex problems. That is, AI began its journey. In the 1970s, the first great enthusiasm was followed by disappointments, known as the AI winters, where funding and interest declined considerably. However, with the advancement of technology and the increase in computational capacity, AI has resurfaced, gaining strength in the last 2 decades, with the emergence of machine learning and neural networks. These new methods enabled machines to learn and adapt from data, transforming not only computing, but also human relationships and the job market. AI now permeates our daily lives, from personal assistants on smartphones to complex systems that help with medical diagnoses, showing immense potential and, at the same time, ethical challenges to be faced. The impact of artificial intelligence on modern societies is profound and often transformative. Entire cities have adapted to new times, using AI solutions to optimize traffic, ensure safety, and even improve public health. In companies, processes that previously took weeks can now be carried out in minutes with the help of AI, which analyzes large volumes of data. However, this advancement does not come without questions. Many people, especially those in older age groups, have a cautious view of technology. Some fear job losses and increased social inequality, while others worry about data privacy and information security. Furthermore, AI has also generated discussions about biases embedded in algorithms, since the way artificial intelligence is trained can reflect or even amplify human biases. Therefore, the journey of AI in modern societies is marked by a balance between the benefits and the new concerns that this technology causes in an already complex world. Expectations regarding artificial intelligence are often high. Many people dream of assistants that understand their needs almost intuitively, machines that can talk like humans, and completely automated processes. However, the reality is quite different. Despite notable advances, AI still has some limitations. She excels at specific tasks, but emotional and contextual understanding remains a major challenge. For example, virtual assistants often end up not understanding the meaning of a joke or taking care of emotional issues with the subtlety that a human being would. This disparity between what is expected and what technology can currently offer creates frustration. The niche of women over 50, for example, often feels that this technology was created without taking into account their real needs and concerns. Therefore, the question that arises is, how can we shape AI so that it truly becomes an ally, overcoming the barriers between expectations and reality, creating tools that respect the wisdom of these women and their life experiences? The initial challenges in implementing artificial intelligence are diverse and multifaceted. Unfortunately, many AI projects fail due to a lack of real understanding of the problems they seek to solve. At the organizational level, teams often face internal resistance, with employees fearing having their jobs replaced. Furthermore, the lack of adequate training to deal with these new technologies can lead to inefficient use of AI. Another significant challenge is data quality. Biased or inadequate data results in algorithms that perpetuate bias, leading to heated discussions about the ethics of AI. We can therefore see that one of the most viable ways to overcome these challenges is to include diverse people in the creation and development of AI systems that reflect society as a whole. Women over 50 have a valuable and invaluable vision for this transformation by bringing their life experiences and new perspectives to the world of technology. Without a doubt, their involvement in building AI can help shape a more just and equitable future, where technology truly serves humanity. Prejudices are present in our daily lives, frequently manifesting themselves in our opinions and behaviors, often unconsciously. When we talk about prejudices, we refer to judgments or opinions formed before direct experience with something or someone, based on stereotypes and generalizations. This phenomenon can be observed in social, cultural, and even professional relationships. For example, the belief that certain professions are better suited to a specific gender is a clear manifestation of prejudice. In Brazilian society, this issue is even more complex, as it is home to a rich ethnic and cultural diversity. When dealing with AI issues, it is crucial to recognize that human biases can be transferred to machines through the bias data they are fed. Without due awareness and care, machines can perpetuate these biases, resulting in harmful and inequitable consequences in various contexts, such as hiring employees or granting credit. Therefore, self-analysis and education about our own biases are fundamental steps to avoid their reproduction in the technologies we develop. Algorithms are sequences of instructions used to solve problems or perform specific tasks. In the context of artificial intelligence, especially machine learning, algorithms rely on data to learn and make predictions. The way this happens is through a process called training. When fed with a large volume of data, algorithms identify patterns, trends, and correlations that may not be immediately visible to the naked eye. However, this learning is highly dependent on the quality and diversity of the data they receive. If the data contains biases, the algorithm will learn and replicate those biases in its decisions. This is particularly worrying when we consider the application of algorithms in sensitive areas such as health and justice. In these contexts, algorithm-based decisions tend to directly impact human lives. Therefore, understanding how algorithms learn is vital not only for programmers and engineers, but for all of us, particularly for women over 50, who can have an important contribution to make in building a more equitable and ethical future. Biases in machine learning (ML) can be observed in several real-world cases. A notable example is facial recognition systems, where the accuracy of white people's identities tends to be significantly higher than that of black people or other racial minorities. This is because these systems were trained predominantly with images of white individuals, resulting in unequal performance that perpetuates racial discrimination. Another example arises in recruitment platforms that use algorithms to filter resumes. These algorithms can often favor male candidates if, for example, the dataset used for training contains an overrepresentation of male resumes in certain fields. These cases are not mere coincidences. They demonstrate the critical importance of conscious and inclusive technology development. Recognizing these examples of bias is important, especially for more mature female audiences, who may feel left out by technologies that don't seem to recognize or value diversity. Algorithmic transparency is a central concept in the debate on the responsible use of artificial intelligence. This is the ability to understand how algorithms make decisions and what data is being used in the learning process. When people have access to this information, they can question, criticize, and improve systems, avoiding the oppression and exclusions resulting from automated decisions. For women over 50, this transparency is especially relevant, as many are increasingly involved in the digital world and are concerned about how technology impacts their lives and their rights. Unfortunately, many algorithms operate as black boxes, where their decisions are unclear and often incomprehensible, making it difficult to understand how and why certain choices are made. Promoting transparency is not just an ethical issue, but a necessity for building trust between technology and the public. Therefore, encouraging discussions about how AI is developed and implemented will allow for greater inclusion and participation, ensuring that the diversity of voices, including those of older people, are heard and respected in creating a technological future that benefits everyone. Famous cases of bias in AI reveal how the technology can present unfair and problematic results if not carefully developed. A notorious example is the case of facial recognition software, which, in many systems, has failed to accurately identify women and people with dark skin. The algorithm used on some security platforms, for example, showed significantly higher error rates for these groups compared to white men. This disparity occurs due to a lack of diversity in the datasets used to train recognition systems, reflecting pre-existing social biases. Another bold example occurred in CV selection tools, which, because they are trained with historical data, tend to favor candidates with very specific profiles, generally excluding women and racial minorities. These cases not only confirmed the ineffectiveness of algorithms, but also raised serious discussions about the impact that these failures have on careers and human lives, making it urgent to reflect on what the inclusion of different voices in the technological development process should be like. The effects on minorities and vulnerable groups are alarming and should be a reason for constant reflection. When AI systems are built on biased data, the consequences can be devastating. For example, algorithmic pricing in financial services can lead to increased interest rates for historically marginalized groups, perpetuating a cycle of economic exclusion. Furthermore, in healthcare, AI systems used for diagnosis may underestimate problems in women and ethnic minorities, resulting in inadequate treatments and, consequently, an increased risk of medical complications. For the older population, often relegated to stereotypes, this becomes an even more complex problem, where access to adequate care becomes a constant struggle. This situation requires awareness and actions that combat these inequalities, ensuring that the technology developed takes into account the specific needs of all groups, especially those who have historically had less voice. Legal and ethical consequences are concerns that increasingly permeate the discussion about AI and prejudices. As technology becomes more integrated into everyday decisions, the legal implications of its inappropriate use are beginning to manifest themselves. Citizens who are harmed by automated decisions based on biased data may eventually seek legal redress, raising questions about the liability of companies that develop these systems. The lack of clear regulation in the area of AI can leave victims without support, creating a legal void that is unacceptable in a society that seeks justice and equity. Ethically, the situation is equally complex. Companies need to not only adopt a proactive stance towards inclusion, but also commit to creating an environment that values diversity from the planning stage of AI systems. To achieve this, it is crucial to include people of different backgrounds, ages, and experiences in the development of these technologies, allowing AI to work in favor of social equity. The journey to understand and mitigate the risks of biases reproduced by AI systems is an ongoing challenge that requires the active participation of all sectors of society. For this ethical and legal dilemma to be effectively addressed, it is essential to implement public policies that encourage research on inclusive AI and, at the same time, digital education must be promoted, especially for groups that historically have less access to technology. Women over 50, for example, can benefit greatly from training focused on understanding these tools, thus being able to contribute and even influence AI development processes. Indeed, this transition is not just a matter of inclusion. It's about ensuring that technology improves the lives of everyone, without exception. Therefore, we must think about a future where AI not only handles data, but also considers emotional and social human values, becoming a true ally in building a fairer and more equal world. Diversity in development teams is a crucial aspect of creating fairer and more ethical artificial intelligence, AI, systems. When we talk about diversity, we refer to the inclusion of people from different backgrounds, genders, ethnicities, ages, and life experiences. Each brings a unique perspective that enriches the creative process and minimizes the chance of bias being incorporated into the algorithms. Teams made up of members from diverse cultures and backgrounds are more likely to identify problems that may go unnoticed by homogeneous groups. For example, women over 50, who often face age and gender stereotypes, can contribute valuable experiences that help shape AI in a more inclusive and humanized way. Building algorithms that serve a wide range of users requires everyone's voice to be heard, especially groups that have historically been marginalized in the field of technology. This not only improves the quality of the services created, but also helps build trust among users, as they see their realities being represented. Therefore, companies must reflect on their hiring practices and seek to implement measures that promote diversity, allowing technology to be an ally for everyone. Algorithm audits and evaluations are fundamental processes in combating biases embedded in artificial intelligence technologies. The goal of these assessments is to ensure that AI models operate equitably and that their predictions or decisions do not perpetuate discrimination. These processes can be carried out by internal teams or by independent third parties specialized in ethics and technology. Analyses should focus on several aspects, including the quality of the data used to train the algorithms and the interpretation of the results they generate. A well-structured audit can reveal how data may be skewed and why, allowing developers to make necessary corrections. The frequency of these audits is also vital. They should not be seen as a single step in the process, but as a continuous cycle. In the Brazilian context, where cultural diversity is rich and complex, ensuring that assessments are inclusive is fundamental. It is necessary to consider the specificities of each group and ensure that everyone has their rights respected and their needs met. Thus, audits become not just a monitoring tool, but an opportunity to promote the continuous improvement of AI systems. Education and awareness about bias in artificial intelligence are essential steps to mitigate problems related to ethics and respect for diversity. It is critical that developers, engineers, and everyone involved in creating technologies have access to information about how biases can be integrated and amplified solely through the inappropriate use of data. Training programs that emphasize the importance of ethical and inclusive AI should be implemented in schools and universities, as well as in corporate training. Furthermore, promoting dialogues and workshops involving women over 50 and other underrepresented groups provides a space for learning about how their experiences can positively impact the development of fairer technologies. These meetings are not only educational, but they also build trust by showing that everyone has a role in shaping technology. By educating people about the risks involved in using AI in a biased way and ways to combat them, we can move towards a future where respect for human experiences is a priority. Awareness must be a responsibility that permeates all levels, from developers to decision-makers, promoting a culture of responsibility and respect. The technologies developed to identify biases in artificial intelligence represent a significant innovation to ensure that this technology serves everyone fairly. These tools use advanced data analysis methods to detect when and where algorithms are generating biased results. They evaluate how different demographic groups are treated by AI systems, allowing developers to identify problematic trends that need to be corrected. For example, algorithmic auditing tools can analyze credit decisions, job selection, or even medical diagnoses, highlighting discrepancies that could harm entire groups. The use of bias identification technologies is especially important in Brazil, where cultural diversity presents unique challenges. These technologies not only help mitigate bias, but also promote transparency and accountability. Companies that adopt these tools demonstrate a commitment to ethical development and are more likely to earn public trust. Ultimately, the effective implementation of these technologies can be a vital step towards building an AI that respects the dignity, diversity, and individuality of each person. The regulations necessary for the use of artificial intelligence, AI, are a crucial topic today, especially considering the ethical and social concerns surrounding this technology. In recent years, different countries have discussed and implemented laws that aim to create a legal backdrop for the development and use of AI. These regulations must consider aspects such as data privacy, security, and transparency in the algorithms used. It is important that these regulations are adaptable and reflect rapid changes in the field of technology. For example, laws that address the need for clear consent for the use of personal data are fundamental. This way, the user will have more control over their information. Additionally, regulations should promote diversity in data collection by ensuring that AI developers consider equitable representation of different social groups, including women over 50. When these voices are heard, regulations can become more inclusive and effective, avoiding the perpetuation of biased concepts. Therefore, civil society and ethics experts play an important role in this debate, demanding policies that protect all citizens, creating a safe space for the development of AI that respects individualities and human dignity. Initiatives by governments and NGOs have been fundamental in promoting a healthy approach to the integration of artificial intelligence, AI, in contemporary societies. Many non-governmental organizations have understood the urgency of developing programs that encourage education in technology, helping women, especially those over 50, to be included in discussions about the use of AI. A striking example is the emergence of workshops and courses aimed at this age group, where they learn the basics of programming and AI ethics. These programs would not only empower women in technology, but also provide a space for exchanging experiences that help shape new models of interaction and collaboration. Furthermore, government action in creating public policies that encourage the participation of underrepresented groups, such as older women, is essential. Through funding notices and access to resources, these initiatives can open doors for innovative projects that address ethical and social concerns in the use of AI, promoting technology that respects the diversity of society. In this way, governments and NGOs become pillars in the construction of a fairer and more conscious future in the application of artificial intelligence. Community involvement in the development and use of artificial intelligence, AI, is essential to ensure that the technology reflects the needs and concerns of the population. When communities mobilize to discuss and learn about AI, they are able to influence the decisions that will be made at government and business levels. This active participation can occur through meetings, forums, and discussion groups, where life experiences, especially of women over 50, are valued. Exchanging ideas across different generations and contexts can provide valuable insights that contribute to creating more ethical and fair AI solutions. Additionally, encouraging the creation of community learning spaces where technology topics can be explored is a powerful form of engagement. These spaces allow people to learn together, question the status quo, and build a deeper understanding of how AI can be used to benefit society. By listening to the active voice of the community, it is possible to shape AI in a way that prioritizes dignity, respect, and inclusion, preventing prejudices from being perpetuated by systems that should serve everyone. The opportunities for international collaboration in the area of artificial intelligence, AI, are vast and have great potential to transform the way technology is developed and implemented globally. Through partnerships between countries, companies, and universities, it is possible to share experiences, knowledge, and good practices that can result in fairer and more ethical solutions. This collaboration can be especially valuable in considering cultural and social issues that permeate the development of technology, including the inclusion of voices from different age groups, such as women over 50. International initiatives that promote the exchange of ideas on ethical and data protection regulations have proven to be fundamental for establishing standards that respect diversity. For example, global AI conferences bring together brilliant minds from different parts of the world, discussing strategies to combat biases embedded in systems. Furthermore, investment in collaborative projects can result in platforms that prioritize social responsibility and respect for human rights. By working together, it is possible to not only promote AI ethically, but also ensure that the experiences and wisdom of all generations are respected and integrated in building a more inclusive future. The moral of the story is that while artificial intelligence has the potential to positively transform our lives, it is our responsibility to ensure that it does not perpetuate harmful biases. We must be vigilant in the way we develop and train these technologies, always seeking inclusion and social justice. We would like to know, what story about artificial intelligence and prejudice would you like to hear? Your opinion is important to us. How do you think we can ensure that human biases are not replicated in machines? What measures do you consider essential in this process? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with upcoming videos and learn more about how we can shape an ethical future for artificial intelligence.